Golf's no different from hockey. Requires talent, self-discipline.
Golf requires goofy pants and a fat ass. You should talk to my neighbor, the accountant, probably a great golfer, huge ass.
How do you measure yourself with other golfers? By height.
It's a very, very special honor.
I'm Paula Creamer, and you're listening.
Well, we're waiting.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, a.k.a. John Kreese from Cobra Kai, and you're listening to
Quiet, Please.
Let the word go out from here across the land. Let Daddy Noonan approve.
Hi, boys. Nice day for golf, ain't it? Quiet, please. Oh, you got secrets, eh?
Hey, this is Shooter McGavin. You're listening to the...
Hey, you guys. Hey, we're trying to have a podcast over here.
And welcome once again to Quiet Please, the Golf Podcast. I am Alan Depew. And for about the next 45 minutes or so, we're going to sit back with our panel discussion. And we've got a great one for this week, folks. And as I've said, always, we welcome your commentary. Chime in on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, all places we're streaming live. Keep it clean. We'll maybe show your comment online. I am joined, as always, by the, now I can say, West Texas Senior Amateur Champion, Andy Hydorn.
Yes, happy to be here.
Yes. And as always, hailing from the now Bourbon State, formerly called Boston Bob, Bobby Baldessari.
Good evening, gents. Cheers. And Andy also is qualified for the U.S. Men's Senior.
Yes, right? He has indeed.
He has indeed. That's my little teaser foreshadowing for a little note of interest coming up on the show in a little bit.
Okay.
Ooh, Boston Bob's brain teasers. I love it. Bobby, you brought some guests along because you have a little function. Last year we talked about it. This year we're going to chat about it again because it's a really cool opportunity to benefit the community in the greater Lexington area.
It sure does. And we couldn't be more excited and pleased. And I'll drop the Boston Wicked because this is going to be a wicked, great show. And we're joined with two iconic LPGA players, amazing history with Jane Geddes. Welcome, Jane. Welcome, Lotta Neumann. It's great to have you with the show. You've done so much on the LPGA tour. I'm looking at all this bio information. It's going to take me all show to get through everything. So you just, you know, it's so awe-inspiring about what you've done. And so I'm going to touch on a couple of things real quick at the top here, but as we're asking questions, I'm going to start dropping some things through there. But Jane, you 14 wins worldwide, two-time major winner, 1986 U.S. Women's Open, and then the 1987 LPGA Championship. We've got some interesting information coming up on that as well. Two-time U.S. Solheim Cup assistant captain. Now, you and Lotta both have a very unique track record here. Both have won the U.S. Women's Open, both won the Women's British Open. So yes, that's amazing. For Jane in '86, you beat Sally Little 18-hole playoff. We don't see those too often, right?
No, not anymore. They're.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little tie for Andy and I. Alan's a New Englander. 1986, you win what was then called the Boston 5 Classic.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot 7 under. You beat Deb Richard by a shot. The next year, you come back, double dip. You win in '87, 11 under, and you beat Donna White and Jody Rosenthal by a shot at Ferncroft Country Club.
I did.
I
love that golf course.
I saw it.
You were. How fun!
I was there.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I love that tournament, obviously, but that was such a fun tournament. Boston fans were the best.
We are. Well, you know.
Totally.
I think that was the last year I caddied, or I think I was there. I caddied. It might have been the year before, but now moving on to Lotta. This is really a cool thing. I don't know if it's trivia, but it's just you're going to love this, Andy. So Lotta made history in 1988, winning the U.S. Women's Open at Baltimore Country Club.
Oh,
right.
Oh.
This is when we played Baltimore Country Club in about 4 weeks.
I know.
Cool.
It is such a good golf course.
Now that is a wicked hard golf course. Bob.
Yeah.
Wicked hard.
Wicked hard.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Stay below the hole. Stay below the hole.
Awesome tidbit.
Yeah.
So Lotta played. So she was the first player, man or woman, Swedish golfer to win a major championship title. So historic right there. Andy is playing the U.S. Senior Men's there in a few weeks.
Great.
So a lot of
Have fun.
give a little tips there. A lot of played in 6 Solheim Cups. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Excuse me, with I'm getting so excited here. When we're going to talk about the team aspect of what we're doing at the Woodford Legends. Still playing a high level. A lot of finished second at the 21 U.S. Senior Women's Open. Let's see. Oh, and this was a cool thing. You finished 1 stroke behind Annika. First time Swedes finished first and second in a major championship at the 2002 Kraft Nabisco Championship.
Yeah.
How
I
cool is
remember that? We played together the last round. Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
That is really neat. And then there's some tie-in. Lotta won the 1997 Welch's Championship at Blue Hill Country Club, 12 under.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we've got 2 of you with ties to Boston winning the LPGA Championship there.
Great. Yeah, we love Boston.
Yes. Exactly. We love Lexington too, though.
Yes, we do.
But we're growing our event. This is the Woodford Legends Invitational. This will be our 4th event in the last 3 years. We really have an amazing collection of women coming in. And I don't know if Jane and Lotta, if you know this, but I had Sue Fracker from the JBC Legends staff do a little investigation for some stats, because I started looking at the field coming in this year, and I've been around golf my whole life. And I just thought I get the sense this is a really strong field. Well, guess what? I think this is the strongest field ever put together, or LPGA professionals, not in a 144 person event. Listen to this. With our field of 32, 322 LPGA wins, 42 major championships. I'm not done. 33 USGA championships, 13 US Women Open titles, 6 US Senior Women Open, 6 LPGA champs. Now, there are 7 women in the LPGA history that have won the Grand Slam. We have 3 of them playing here at the Woodford Club.
That's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
Julie
pretty
Inkster,
impressive.
Julie Inkster, Pat Bradley, and Annika. I mean, when I got this list of information, I thought, this is mind-boggling. So I hope you're practicing, because this is a tough field this year.
Yeah. Jane, are you practicing?
You know me, Lotta. You know me. I've been working my butt off.
All right. I've been out on the putting stick today, so I'm working hard on my putting.
Lotta, that's keep going, baby. Keep
Yeah,
going.
keep going.
Well,
I need you.
I was going to throw on the first question, then, we all got a bunch of questions for you, but drawing on both of your experience with the Solheim Cup, now the Woodford Legends Invitational was a 2-person team event. What do you think goes into making a good team as when you're playing or putting a team together?
Well, I'll answer that, because to me, it's like really easy. So I don't know if one of your stats is that Lotta could be possibly one of the best putters in the history of professional golf. Let me just kind of say that. And so when you're playing a scramble and your job is to just try to hit it as close as you can hit it, or wherever around the green, and every single putt has a chance to go in, that is a bonus situation. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
because that is a fact.
Yeah, but we came up with a good strategy, I think, last year, that we're having you go first.
Yep.
And for some reason, if you miss, you don't miss very often either. But then I step in, and now I have a good clue what the putt is doing. So
exactly,
it seemed
like
it was working last year. It was working last year. I think we'll stick to the same.
Yeah, when a really good putter can see the line and the speed, pretty accurately each time, that's like it is. It's tremendous, and truly. And Lots and I have been friends for a long time. We played a lot of golf together, and we know each other's games really well. So I think part of it is we can kind of parlay off of each other. Neither of us hit it too far. We usually are pretty decent ball strikers too. So it's been fun, and that course really has suited us the last couple of years. And by the way, Bob, I mean, what a fun event, I have to say. Like, to be able to play a scramble, as 2 pros playing a scramble, it is so fun. I mean, it truly is just such a fun format and such a fun tournament.
Yeah, I think all the pros are just really enjoying
Yeah.
being there. And yeah, like you said, you can put some good low scores together. And I also think the way they're setting up the golf course for us, I mean, we're
Yep.
getting up there in age where a lot of us are over, not quite, I mean, over the hill, but over 60. And, it's been nice, we still have some holes that are reachable.
Reachable. Yep.
Some par fives that we can make birdies and eagles, and it's low scoring, and it also makes it really fun for everybody. And we're all very competitive still, so that makes it extra fun, I think.
Bob, what does it take to win that? Like, what have the winning scores been?
Oh, Becky Morgan and Katrina Matthew last year, they were, I think, 22 or 300.
26, because we were 25.
We were one behind them. Yeah.
Wow.
We were one behind.
Yeah.
And that's 2 days?
2 days.
2 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was crazy. Yeah.
That's a lot of putts going in the hole, right?
It was a lot of putts going in the
That's
hole.
right.
Yes.
But also a lot of good shots too.
Those are legit numbers, Andy, not the like 40,
Right?
46s that we see online. And
Yeah, we didn't get any shots, by the way, on that. You know, no strokes on
Yeah.
this either.
Did you use the tiger drive or anything like that? No?
No, yeah, really. Yeah, a little mully along the way. No.
Pay $100, you get a hole in one on the
Yeah.
front.
Right. Exactly. Shoot one out of a cannon. No.
I like the cannon shot, I'm not going to lie.
I like the cannon shot too. It's funny.
I don't know if you had something. I thought Andy doesn't lean in. So.
Oh, no. I was
Okay.
just leaning in just normally.
Okay. Well, it occurred to me when I was doing some background information, and a lot of you and Jane both chime in on this, but on the PGA Tour, the young guy wins in Detroit, Jackson Koivun.
Yeah.
And so, that was his third event. Lotta won on her 16th event with the U.S. Open. When I was growing up in the game, my dad was a PGA pro, and used to kind of hear all this. Well, you got to get out there and got to lose. You're not going to win till your 30s. It was all the old adages. But my feeling was youth golf got better with equipment instruction, especially tournaments over the last few decades. Then getting to the highest level of the LPGA or the PGA Tour, it's always tough. It's a huge challenge. But I think the seasoning was there that you didn't have to wait for years. You didn't have to lose and lose and lose to learn how to win. Just wanted to get your perspectives on both of you, your first win on tour, thinking back on that, and what was your career like? What was your journey on that?
Yeah, I think when you're young and you come out like that, and you play with like really no fear, right? You just you are just out there just really enjoying, and at that point you haven't really made that many mistakes, so it's not much to be scared of. You just really you just go after everything, and you play fearless. And unfortunately, I think as we get older, we play with it, he gets a little more scared of making mistakes. But I think that's sometimes where you can see all these young guys coming up, and young women playing so well, but because you play free, it's sort of like nothing to lose, and playing with no fear.
I
agree.
think sometimes though that catches up to people, right? Like there'll be a young winner and someone who comes out like a house on fire, but it seems to catch up to everybody a little bit. So
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it does. That's part of the game. It's so mental. I mean, another little factoid for everyone, but Lots and I's first tournament win was both the U.S. Open on tour,
That's right.
which is pretty unusual. And but I agree. Like, I think that you start, you go through your career and you start playing well, and you think, oh, I'm going to do this forever, because you haven't, like Lotta said, you haven't gotten to that point where you've made errors and you've done things, and you have you don't remember all those things, and then it starts building up. You miss a couple cuts, and you start, some part of your game goes a little not so good, and all of a sudden it becomes instead of just going out there and just playing and enjoying it and and really having fun at it, you start trying to fix things and you start trying to not do things and
Mhm.
and it's all the mental, kind of sports psychology 101, things that you
Very
end up
true.
doing because it's such a mental game.
Yeah.
It really, really is. So it's kind
I
of
agree
in
with you
nature of
there.
the whole beast.
Yeah.
I think you can look back in history to both of your points. The number of golfers that come out strong and they tinker or they hear the noise or they try to maybe they start believing themselves too much and stop working as hard. I remember as a kid the Scott Verplank trying to lengthen his swing because Seve happened to walk by on the range and say, "Hey, you're never going to survive with that short swing out here out on tour." So
Oh,
it's
poor
it's
guy.
it's going to be really interesting. I didn't get his opportunity to watch the tournament at 3M as much, but this kid's got a lot of talent.
Yeah. I think the game right now, it's really interesting because, it's right now there's so, I mean, first of all, I don't care what area you're in, there are always players that end up not succeeding because they end up tinkering or they try to get I think a lot of it is, and I think it's on both tours. I don't know about now, but certainly when we were playing, I want to hit it a little further, I want to hit it a little further, what can I do, change my equipment, do a little something in my swing, and
Mm.
I think that is sort of a little bit of the drug always, and sometimes it succeeds for people and sometimes it doesn't. But I think now, with the addition of so much data,
Mhm.
that, I mean, the speed of this and the flight of that, and there's so much out there that it can either be, to your advantage,
Mhm.
or I'm sure there are people that drown in that. I'm not around it enough to know that, but I can't imagine that not happening, that people are just drowning in this data and, being consumed by it.
I think that's a great point. I think between drowning in the data and trying to reinvent your golf swing, like if you look at Jordan Spieth right now, like it's kind of sad to watch because
Yeah.
he's up there on every tee box making rehearsals, and what's going through his head, and it's just as Stephen Yellen said to us many times, he goes, those guys are in swing prison. Those girls are in swing prison.
Yeah.
They're trying to consciously create a move every time they swing the club.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like that's never going to work for anybody. You'll have flashes of brilliance, but it's never going to work long term. The people who are good long term are the ones who settle in with what they have and play the game. And
Yeah.
it's sad to watch some of this happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. But you know what? It happened during our era as well. It just wasn't as, I don't think it was as obvious. Maybe we might have known, I can remember some players, lots of you can probably as well, like
Mhm.
that went to different teachers,
Yeah.
that, there were a couple that went to some teachers, famous teachers, that were out there,
Mhm.
that, they thought they were going to get a different look or a couple different words or different, and just destroyed their
Mhm.
games.
Yeah.
And you might have not known that on the outside because it wasn't as, there wasn't as much press around things, or, there wasn't social media and you didn't see everything and there wasn't the data and the video and everything, but it was happening, and it was happening on both
Mhm.
tours.
Yeah, and they say you watch and see who's on the driving range at night on Wednesday before the start of a tournament.
Uh, don't pick them.
Those are the
Don't pick
people
them.
who are in trouble. Yeah.
That's the one that's in trouble. Yeah.
Although
Uh,
I've been there a few times, lots of you probably have too.
yeah.
We both have been there a
Yeah.
few times. Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta find it by
Gotta
tomorrow.
find it last minute.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
So,
No, but
you know,
it's
so Jane and Lotta, I guess just had a thought cross my mind talking about the, I don't know, swing prison, talking about just you hit a lull, you go in a slump, whatever you want to call it. Jenny Shin just won the Women's Scottish Open over 10 years since her last win. So, I think both of you might have gone through a few years without a win. Do you start to self-doubt? What was the key for both of you to get back into the winner's circle?
I think, I think through our careers, you've just gone through ups and downs, right? When things are working and things are not working, and somehow you just sort of you fight through it, and you believe, you believe it's in there, and it's such a small marginals in golf, I think, from succeeding or not. You feel like it's just, you analyze your game after a round, and it was like, it's like I missed that one drive, it cost me a couple of shots, and then it was just those two short putts, and it's so easy to find those 3-4 shots around, and then you add that up and you do that 4 days in a row, you have all of a sudden you're up to 16 shots, and that's the difference from being completely in totally off the board to winning, so you always believe that I can do this, it's in there, I'm close, but it's just putting it all together, getting it all to work for 4 days in a row, and it's for someone like Jenny, it took her 10 years, but here she is as a winner again, and it's quite amazing, that you keep fighting, and you believe in your process and your game and your team around you, and it's congratulations to her. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome. And it's such a mental game. That's the thing. And Lots is exactly spot on. I mean, the margin of winning versus not winning is so small. It might look big, but a shot here, a swing there, a bad thought somewhere,
Mhm.
A negative feeling somewhere, who knows, a bad bounce. I mean, there's so much that goes into winning, and there's so much that goes into not winning, and I think when you're going through good stretches, you think it's never going to end, but then when you look back, oh my God, that was totally going to end. That stretch of feeling how you're feeling
Yeah.
it has to end. I went through a stretch from the time I won the Open till 12 months. I went through a 12-month period where I won 7 tournaments, and I literally thought I was going to play that way for the rest of my life. Like, go figure, right? But I was so mentally so organized. I was so organized in my thoughts, and then, a couple things go sideways and everything, and that slips away so quickly. It's as quickly as you get it is as quickly as it goes away. And it's just it's such a mental game. And that's the beauty of it, though. And that's, everyone really focuses on the physical. And we talked about the golf swing and people,
Mhm.
Trying to get that and trying to get that. But in the end of the end, I think anybody that plays at the highest level will say that, to win, you really have to be there mentally. But
Mhm.
like Lotta said, believing in yourself and really, truly, acting on those beliefs and being as positive as you can be.
Mhm.
We've talked about that many times before in this show, just about how you're always walking the razor's edge. Like you said, there's a bounce here, there's a bad thought here. You never know when you're going to derail, and it's
Yeah.
always right there. It's right there waiting for you
Yeah.
to fall. And I think, Jane, what you said about, having your thoughts organized, that's what keeps you kind of there, right? The
Yep.
physical stuff is from day to day is going to come and go, but
Yep.
it's your thoughts and your ability to process and keep your head straight is what keeps
Yeah.
you, on those prolonged periods of playing well.
Mhm.
I think too, when, because I'm sure people that are listening, or majority of them are probably not professional golfers. And I think I always say to people, that play golf and amateurs and stuff, that it's relative at every level. And that how we think and how, having our thoughts organized and how we are believing or whatever, it's relative to a 15 handicap. It's the same thing, right? It's believing and trying to hit shots that you can hit, or believing that believing that you're going to make a putt, or being okay with getting a bad bounce, or being okay with making a double bogey, or it's the
Mhm.
same. It's that
Mhm.
same kind of thought process that is just far more constructive than it is destructive.
That's a great point.
Hey Jane, and a lot of you know, since you went on the PGA tour, or I'm sorry, LPGA tour, and there's been some, you know, certainly some really good growth. You know, certainly looking at your, I don't know if you remember your first place winnings, Jane, in 1986.
I don't remember 86. You mean when I won the Open, my 46,000? That?
Oh well,
I
that
got lots more than you did, Jane.
You probably did.
What did you
2
make,
years
Lana?
later.
I won in 1988. I think I won 70.
Ooh, you killed it.
I know, I killed it.
Wow, that purse went
But
up in
you
a
know,
couple of
it was,
years.
I know,
hey,
right?
I felt rich. It was a lot of money
Oh,
at that
I was a
time.
millionaire when I won that tournament. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I guess I should have mentioned concerning LPGA Tour specific, the Boston 5 Classic, but when Jane won in 1986, you got a little over 41,000 for first place, a nice bump up to 45 in 1987, and then when Lotta won in 97, she just about doubled that to 82,000
Right. Right.
for that
I
first
know.
place. But you know, my question is, you know, the National Golf Foundation shows a 60% lift in women's golf lately. 7.9 million women are playing golf. You know, you've got the Caitlin Clarks, the WNBA, different women's sports are growing. And do you, what's your feeling about what's happening with the LPGA with that growth, but also specific to you two with the Legends? Isn't it time that this LPGA Legends can start to grow? Because what you do out there, how you make people feel, how you inspire anybody that's 12 years old to 112, it's remarkable. I've seen it up front with you two, with all the Legends players. We're trying to do everything we can here at the Woodford Club
Yeah.
to help this Legends get going. But
Yeah.
you know, there has been some good growth, but what do you think is ahead in the next 5, 10, 20?
Thank you,
So,
Bob. Yeah, I mean, I think the LPGA are doing quite good, I think. The Legends Tour we're praying for. It will be nice to have a few more events for us, for sure.
Yeah. It's hard. You know, I was the executive director for a while, right? So I was in the forefront of what was going on, and you know, and then COVID hit, and it was pretty devastating. Because we were on an okay rise at that point. Women's sports wasn't really kind of going yet. COVID truly kind of sorted that acceleration of women playing golf and people playing golf in general. But you know, the hardest thing is getting people to spend money on something. And Bob, you're going to understand this like 100% because you run this tournament, but is getting something, spending money on something and feeling as though they're getting something out of it that might be a little bit different than what you would expect. And I say that because if you're going to sponsor an LPGA tournament, right? I mean, you're going to get TV, you're going to get international exposure, the assets that the LPGA has to offer a sponsor are really broad, right? Social media, there's so much, right? With the Legends, we don't have those assets. We don't have TV. We don't have necessarily international exposure. But guess what we have? We have 300 and something tournament winners. We have 40 something major winners. We have these women that truly love what they have done for their whole life and really still put on a good show. Do I play golf the way I used to play golf? No, but I still play pretty darn good golf, you know? And so do all of us. And so I think it's that trying to figure out how to shift that expectation of what it means to sponsor an event. And it, by the way, you know, to sponsor an LPGA is expensive. I mean, I'll tell you, it's you know, you start with $1 million just to pay for TV, and that has nothing to do with the purse.
Right.
And then start going on from there. So you're talking a lot of money, right? I mean, to sponsor a Legends event is a fraction of that. So it's really, again, is getting the word out and getting people to experience a tournament like Woodford that is, I mean, truly an event clearly everybody loves, from the player perspective. And then it's Bob, it's getting the word out, right? To have people to come out and watch, and to have people to come out and enjoy it, and enjoy us, watching us do our thing and interacting with us and whatnot. So sorry, a little bit of a long answer, but I'm definitely
Well said,
passionate
Jen.
about that because I lived it as,
Yeah.
as the one that was kind of running the Legends for a while.
Yeah. Well said, Jane.
Okay, I'll go ahead and say, Golf Channel, why are you not covering this?
Because you got to pay for it.
God.
No, that's the answer.
Yeah. Money.
That's the true answer. I mean, the LPGA Tour pays millions. They pay $1 million a tournament. Okay, to get on TV. Nothing's free. And then it gets mitigated. Some of those costs get mitigated by sponsors and whatnot, and and then certain things get subsidized and stuff. But in the end, it's about dollars, right?
Yeah.
Now with the opportunity though to do maybe some streaming and things like that. I'm involved in a little business now where I'm doing some marketing and sales for companies and in the golf industry. And I was just talking to a group the other day that's doing streaming. They do a lot of streaming of college tournaments, and their numbers and everything. They're fantastic numbers. People come on for 10 or 15 minutes, take a look, and and they do a great job. Now, those kind of things that are really cost effective, that could sort of change maybe the, I don't know, change sort of the view of how, or, kind of the look of the tournament or something like that. Now, I think those are going to be opportunities that are going to start coming up in the future for people that are interested in putting money up, that they feel like they need to get something out of that, right? From a sponsorship perspective.
Actually, just dove into some information investigating that yesterday, Jane. Swear to God, I could almost show you my document. I did look into that.
What company was it? I'm curious to know. It's the same one we were talking to.
Yeah, well, so I was thinking that for our Woodford Legends Invitational, if we're not ready for the Golf Channel just yet, what about YouTube? What about other streaming?
That's it, right?
Yeah,
that's what they do. It's awesome. They do two or three holes. They have all kinds of cameras. They have drones. They do a great job. They do a lot of college tournaments. And the company is CGN. College, I think it's College Golf Network. And check it out. They do a really nice job. And I think it's like really cost effective. In comparison, like there's no comparison, truly.
I've seen some of their broadcasts.
Yeah, they do a nice job.
Yeah.
So anyway, tangent.
Well, speaking of, I guess, college or younger people, we've added a component this year. I don't know if you're on one of the 20 legends that'll be playing, Jane and Lotta, but we've added something unique this year. So we are tracking, and our goal is to get 80 of Kentucky girl golfers, high school, middle school, some collegiate, that are not the tops, but love the game. We just got an email yesterday from one of the parents, signed up her daughter. She's played other sports. Just this February, she picked up a club for the first time, fell in love with the game, passionate, is dropping her other sports. Now all she wants to do is play golf. She's going to play.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's a very special just for really girls golf in Kentucky to play. So we have 80 girls that'll play with 20 of the LPGA legends. And I think we think it's going to be life-changing, literally. And, I do want to belabor the point because I've seen you two in action, and the Michelle McGanns and the Rosie Jones and Laura Diaz, and all of you are just so beautiful, interacting with all of the kids that have been out to our event and autographs, just making them feel special. And now they look up to you. And you're right, you're the history, and you're still playing, but you can't manufacture history. I've always said that. Marketing cannot create history. You two walk the championships. You've played in the highest level, and now you're walking the fairways of the Woodford Club, and people are coming up, applauding you and watching you in action. And it's just a very, very special experience for people when they come out.
That's cool. It's really cool that the girls are coming out and playing too.
Yeah.
I think we met a few of them last year.
Yeah.
It was fun to meet some of the girls and have them come along with us. And it's awesome. I mean, it's, anytime you try to, listen, we've always been about getting girls into the game. And, women's sports right now is so on the uptick, so many things. And so I think, and golf is becoming cool. I don't know. It's, I mean, it's becoming cool for girls and boys. I mean, I have teenagers, and they're both. My daughter doesn't play, but my son. Actually, my daughter would like actually go out to the golf course and play it if her friends went and played. I mean, it's not uncool, put it that way. And so that makes it's such a great thing for the game right now that so many people are playing, and to get girls into the game, we love it.
Yeah, it's such a great game, right? You play it for your whole life, and you can play with anybody and any level, and it's not too many sports where you can do that. So I think that's what's so great about golf.
Yeah,
I have a question for both of you. If you were to put on your commissioner's hat for a day, what's the first thing you would do for the LPGA tour right now?
Ooh. That's a tough one.
This is
I'll go first. I'll go first. Lance. I'll give you a minute to think.
There you go.
I would humanize the players. I think one of the hardest things, and by the way, this is not new to the LPGA, but I think that the general fan has to start getting to know these players. I don't care what their name is. I don't care where they're from. Every single person on that tour is unique. When you're on the tour and you know everybody, right? Like Lots and I knew everybody on the tour, and we were friends with, we're all friends. It's a very, very tight-knit community. And everybody's different. Everybody's got a story. I mean, we used to sit around a table. I remember doing this. Lotta might not remember, but with Lotta at the table, and we had friends, we would say, how did you, Lotta, come from this little small town in Sweden? And how did you come from this little small town in Spain? And how did you come up from Australia? And you come from England, and you come from a small town in Nebraska, and you come from a small town in Texas. And I grew up on Long Island, New York. My parents didn't even play golf. And how did we all get together? How did that happen? How did we all end up here? Like, it's so crazy. And the same thing is going on tour. And I think those stories have to be told, because that's how you connect.
Yeah.
You can't connect with a player walking down a fairway. I don't care what tour you're on. You just can't. And the PGA Tour has done a pretty good job of telling stories about players. And we know a lot of these guys. I don't think we know a lot about the women, even the ones that are the best players.
Yeah, true. That was gonna, before you said all that, I was thinking like marketing, not that I would know how to market, but I was thinking it's like, how do you market these players? Like, I agree with you, Jane. How do you get to know these players a little bit better? And so you can, just get to know them better and understand.
Right. And dig into the stories,
understand where they're
right?
coming from. Yeah.
Right.
So true.
You make that emotional connection, and then there's a bond there. I agree.
Right. And then you become a fan, right? And it doesn't matter. It's what's so crazy is, and Lots and I both, we have friends that we played on tour with from all over the world. All over the world. That if you put us together, you would never think that we had anything in common. Nothing. But you start getting to know people, and then you get these common bonds and these common things. And I think the fans, that's really, really lacking. And it's sort of the good news and the bad news of the tour, because the tour has always been an international tour, always. It's just, though, the international players were ones that you connected with. It was Annika and Lotta and Helen Alfredsson from Sweden. And then it was, players from Spain. It was Ayako Okamoto from Japan, most famous player in the world that we were all friends with. That, those were our best players. They weren't American.
Right.
Right? And now you look at the tour, you're like, oh, it's so international. I don't know anybody. No, it's always been international. It's always been. And so it's that kind of bringing it all together, I think, and really kind of, bringing it, I don't know, making it more comfortable and making it just more palatable by really getting to know these players, and not just by their names and their scores.
They need that immensely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Andy, I'll tell you what, before you warm up the hot seat, I'm going to give you a chance to, where is it? There it is. I know you have a special one this week.
I do. This week's version of Don't Be That Guy is a gentleman named Gerald Williams, who teed it up in the qualifier in North Carolina for the U.S. Senior Am. And he had a little struggle getting out of the gate and shot 57 on the front. He was 21 over par. But then he got to the back nine and he finished that off shooting 67 on the back.
The putts dropping.
So this guy shot 52 over, and two other people had to spend their day trying to qualify for the national event playing with this guy. And it's just so wrong. Look, there's a handicap limit to get in these fields.
Yeah.
I get it. People aspire to be good players and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, you're making a serious error in judgment.
Yeah.
And don't be that guy. Jared.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, Andy, have you been warming up the seat?
He's also that. Hey, that
guy.
That guy is also the guy that you play against in pro am, and he like kills you.
Yeah.
It's that guy too.
Absolutely.
That guy. It's like, how do you finish first?
Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, we are now at the Quiet Please hot seat.
The hot seat
portion of the show. So we're gonna just some really quick questions and just rapid fire questions and quick answers. I'll go back and forth with the two of you. Jane, I'll start with you. What's your best 18-hole score of golf in your life?
I shot 62 at the British Open with Lotta's caddies at the time, wife caddying for me.
Diane was on the back.
Diane was caddying for me. We're playing at what's that, Lotta? What's that place that we used to always play at? You know which one? I'm blank on that course. I can see it.
You can't remember where you shot your 62.
I know, right? That is so embarrassing. That's
Woburn?
like really embarrassing. Yes,
Woburn.
Yes. Yeah, I shot like a crazy score. And Diane was caddying for. She never really caddied very much. She was like pulling a cart. I don't know why I had her caddying over there. I must have just like defaulted to her. And boom, there I shot. She was like a deer in headlights for the last 9 holes. She didn't know what to do. And the funnier part is, the guy, you could gamble then. They used to have like a little trailer that was there that the guys could place bets. And when I don't know how it got going, but I was coming down the 18th hole, and I don't know, there were a bunch of caddies around, and they had all somehow bet on me. And it might have been like later in the round they started, and they were like rip roaring around the green when I was there. They were happier than I was when I got
done. That's awesome.
So,
Ladbrokes.
Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly what it was.
Ladbrokes. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay, Lotta, what's your best 18-hole score?
I shot a 63, also on the LPGA tour. It was in Myrtle Beach. To be honest, I couldn't tell you exactly what year or what course. I know.
Awful. That's how much golf we played.
More egotistical than this.
Isn't it? It's like that's how much golf we played that we can't even remember the names of the courses.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, Lotta, you go first on this one. What's the favorite course that you've ever played, and what's on your bucket list?
Well, I must say, it was always I think Augusta for sure.
Yeah.
I was there in last year after Rory won, and I got to play Augusta. And I think, the course is great. It was challenging. And I think just the whole experience of just being there and just being part of the whole scene there it was quite amazing. Yeah. So I got to put that as my number one.
All right. What's your bucket list?
I'd love to go down to New Zealand. I think I want to play Tara Edie.
Oh, I
heard.
I've only seen photos from there, but that whole area, like the North Island of New Zealand, they look like they have a couple of really cool golf courses. So that I would love to do a little golf trip down there.
Okay, Jane, your favorite, and then your bucket.
Okay, so my favorite, I'm gonna do two just because my favorite was Cypress Point. We got lots of we went out to the U.S. Open, and the USGA invites the winners back every few years, and they invited us back a few years ago when we were at Pebble Beach, and they had all of us out there playing Cypress Point. They invited all of the past winners out, just
that was
us
special.
to go play. It was so cool.
Yeah, that was so cool.
That was really a cool day. And then really my favorite course, like other than that, because that was so obvious, is Old Head in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Just spectacular. It's not even the track. It's just one of the most spectacular places I've ever been in my life to play. So that was very cool. And my bucket list is Augusta. I got invited back in the day when I was on tour a couple times and said no because no, I don't know why. Like, I had something to do, whatever, thinking I'm going to get invited, 45,000 more times.
Yep.
Well, I'm still waiting for that invite that I would absolutely drop everything and go at this point. So
Jane, I don't know if a funny story. Do you remember, Jane, like way back, we drove from one tournament and we drove in. We said we were going to go into Augusta to the pro shop.
Yes.
And we were driving past and we pulled into the gate and the guy, the security, he looks at us like, you can't come in here.
He's like,
and
what are you two doing?
I said, well, we're LPGA. We just want to go into the pro shop and buy some memorabilia. And he's like, I don't care who you are. You're not getting in here. So that's how far we got it. That was the...
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. So at least now I've been there.
Yeah, good for you. Well,
Yeah,
I've gone to
thank
the
you.
tournament. I'm still hopeful one of these days.
I got to chime in, Andy. I don't mean to interrupt, but I got to chime in. And Bobby, you know Mike Wynn.
Yep.
Mike Wynn was on the tour or the PGA tour in the 70s. He attempted to do the same thing, ladies.
Yeah.
Got to the gate. And they got to the gate.
Around?
Got to the gate and said, "See that turnaround? Feel free to use it."
Yeah.
Good. I feel better. I feel better about that. Oh my God, Lots, I totally forgot about that.
I know.
So funny.
Okay, Jane, favorite golfer of all time, male or female?
Oh wow. Favorite golfer of all time. It's hard to. I don't think I could say a woman because I was so lucky. We played with like everybody, and that was just so cool with Whitworth and everything. That was just cool, right? But I think my favorite golfer to watch was Seve. Just he was so dynamic and so just crazy, right?
Question.
Yeah.
Lotta, how about you?
Yeah, it was definitely Seve. And I also had the honor of playing with him in a TV match in Japan. And he was just fantastic.
Wow.
And he gave me a great tip because we were chipping around the green and he comes up to me and I was obviously standing with my legs way too close together. And he says, Lotta, you have to bend your legs and wide stance. I was like, okay.
So good.
So he taught me some good flop shops there. So
awesome.
yeah.
He had a pretty amazing technique, amazing short game.
Yeah.
Okay, Lotta, again for you. What's the most cringeworthy look for you on the golf course? For other people, in your mind, that is.
Like what do you mean? Like
something people wear or something people do or
oh my God. What should I can't think of anything.
Go ahead, Jane. Go ahead.
Oh God, no! I'm hoping that she's gonna take a minute on that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow. You know what
funny.
the problem is?
There's
Here's the problem is we
Go
have seen it all. You know what I mean? Like I would have a thought in my head, something about somebody wearing a visor, some crazy, ugly looking visor, and that person probably beat me in a tournament. So like the nerve of me for saying that, or you know what I mean? Like it's like those kind of things. Like we've seen it all, and it's just because I think I'd probably worn some. You know what? I look back at some of the pictures of myself.
You were a big visor wearer, weren't you?
I was a big visor wearer. Listen, go look back at the picture of me that I won the British and look at the hair situation I had going on. I
Oh,
mean,
my.
so
Yeah,
we've kind of been
that's
through
right.
it,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true. Don't look at the
right?
outfit I wore the last day
Don't
of the British when I won.
right?
So now,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
for the record, you're saying that yourself is the most
Myself. Yeah. I just go through my years and look at some of my pictures and you'll see some really cringeworthy
fair enough.
situations.
Okay, Lotta, what's your favorite post-round beverage?
Will be a cold beer.
Absolutely. Ditto.
Okay, that was easy.
Lots and I'll go
That
right
was
in
easy.
together. We'll go right in together and say, I need a beer.
Okay,
Yeah,
Jane,
I think after a hot day on the golf course, nothing
Yeah.
tastes as good as a beer.
Exactly.
Jane, what is your favorite golf swing of all time?
My favorite golf swing. Um, oh God. Oh my God. I can see it. Because I used to model, well, I mean, modern day Rory. I'll just say that. And I just love his golf swing. Like I just can't get enough of it. And on the women's side, I really like watching Nelly. There's a couple things that she does that I'm kind of I think she gets a little flat every now and then, but those two swings right now are like my faves.
Okay, Lotta.
Well, I think I like what first come to mind was, I go way back and I'm thinking like Freddie Couples, it was so smooth. I loved
Yeah,
watching him swing.
that's awesome.
And I think on the women's was probably Mickey Wright, just like seeing her swing. I obviously didn't get a chance to play much with her, but otherwise Patty Sheehan's swing was pretty sweet.
Yes, no kidding.
Yeah.
Fact.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
modern day, so many good golf swings out there. I agree, Rory,
For sure.
Tiger. I mean, the list goes on.
They're starting to become more and more alike now,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So this is my favorite question. Lotta, for you first. Describe the best shot you've ever hit, time, place, and circumstance.
Okay. Can it be a putt?
Can be anything you want.
Okay. I'll say the putt that I made on the 71st hole of the 1988 US Open was an amazing putt, an amazing feeling. It was this slider downhill, probably 25 feet. And my, was like you said, was my rookie year. And my rookie caddy comes up to me. I was like standing over the ball and he comes up and whispers to me, just get it close, will you? And I remember just hitting that putt as soft as I could, and it just rolled and just went in the hole, and I just jumped, I think, like 4 feet off the ground. It was like just one happy moment. So those are just one of those, shots or putts that I will always remember.
Yeah, everybody has their own. So Jane, what's your best shot you've ever hit, time, place, and circumstance?
So I hit an LPGA championship at Kings Island, last hole, 18th hole. I used to carry a 1 iron and back in the day. And
Didn't we all?
that's so
Didn't we all?
that so ages me. It's not even funny. Just even say it. But anyway, I mean, it was like one of my best clubs actually. And I hit like a bullet 1 iron into the last hole. On the 18th hole is a par 5, and I just barely carried the water, and it kind of ran right up on the front of the hole. But I just remember hitting that off like kind of a little bit of a downhill lie. Probably had no business hitting it. One of those. My caddy was probably like, "Oh God, pray!" And I hit kind of a low bullet.
Yeah.
But
you were such a good ball striker, though, Jane.
Yeah,
Not too many people could hit a 1 iron.
Yeah. Thank goodness, because the shorter part of the game was not as good to me, but my long game was always pretty solid.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
Okay, last question. How many aces do you both have?
I got 9.
I have 8.
Ha! Beat you.
Well, thank you for playing.
Maybe I'll get one in Kentucky to tie you, Latte.
Yeah.
That would be fun, right?
That would be fun.
I know.
I will be happy if you did that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Thanks for playing our little game.
Thank
All
you.
right, Andy, we're approaching the 18th green. Final thoughts. We'll start with you, sir.
Well, it's just great. We've had the opportunity to have several of the LPGA legends on, our show, and we've done, I think, 135 shows or something in that neighborhood. And it's always, to me, so much fun and interesting to just talk golf with you ladies and listen to your stories and listen to the excitement you have in your voices about the game of golf still after all these years. So I want to thank you all for coming on, and it's been great listening to you.
Well, thank you for having us. And Bob, like, we can't thank you guys enough for supporting us at Woodford, and it's like, can't wait to come back. Lots and I was, talked about it a number of times. It's such a fun event, and we really look forward to coming back and hopefully playing as well as we have the last couple of years. So
yeah, thank you so much for having us on, and Bob, we're definitely looking forward to Lexington. I'm gonna do a big road trip out there, so I'm gonna be in the car for a few days, but hoping
That's
to get out
right.
there and warm up a little bit before, and looking forward to seeing all the young girls that are going to be out there, I think on Thursday, right? Correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So be out
That's
there
awesome.
and be around, and yeah, it's going to be a fun week. And also good luck at Baltimore Country Club.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If they
Stay
haven't
below
done
the
any
hole.
changes to the course, just keep it below the hole. Uphill is always good.
Yeah, I'm already richer for listening to you guys.
Bobby, final thought?
Yeah, well, I think my first thought is in Kentucky we have betting on horses, and I think I'm going to have to place a bet on Double Major Trouble.
There you go.
To just get over that, the Becky and Katrina team. But yeah, Liselotte, Neumann, Jane Geddes, I cannot thank you enough for joining us. I knew this was going to be a blast. You two are amazing. You represent the game and the LPGA so well. So I will see you in a few days. Cannot wait till we get you out on the golf course at the Woodford Club for the 4th annual Woodford Legends Invitational. And thanks so much. We got to have you on again. This has been awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Loved
It was
it.
super fun.
Thank you.
And my final thought, I got 3 really quick points here. One, there's a chance I may be in Kentucky coming out to see Bobby in the event. I need a putting lesson.
Okay, you got it.
There you go.
Second one is
contest is what you need.
I don't want to go. Come on now, Andy. And on behalf of our other co-host who is not here, who is a big WWE, Jane, when you come back on, I did research also. I need to know about the VP of Talent Relations role.
Right? That's a whole nother show. That's a whole separate show, guys.
And I'm going to close it with this one question. The team out there at the Woodford Club has done a lot of renovations. The place is spectacular.
Oh, it's
Is there any truth that the winners will be jumping into the newly renovated Bob's Basin?
Oh.
We may have to start a new tradition.
That's awesome. Is it filled with whiskey? Is that what's in there? Or bourbon? What is it?
That-
Bourbon, right?
That can be arranged.
We'll be there, Jane.
You go. Yeah. That's awesome.
Ladies, guys,
great.
pleasure as always. We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank
Take care.
you for having us on. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.